Our Public Leadership Award for Children is named in memory of Jackie Steiner, who served in the Arizona legislature and in many community leadership roles, and she always worked to improve systems for our most vulnerable youth and children. I know that Jackie would be proud and thrilled to be here today to honor the Arizona Juvenile Courts for their work with the Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative. It's a little bit unusual for us to honor an entire system instead of one individual leader, but we know that change like this takes the consistent collaboration and commitment of many people working together.
It's based on statistics. It's based on hard information that can be provided to every county, and it assesses how you use detention currently and if you're using detention for the proper kids. Because JDAI is all about the right kid and detention for the right reasons. Our Hope Assessment Center deals with a lower level of offender. Law enforcement does their job and they can bring them to us and we can start immediate services with that child.
The Honorable Hector Campoy, who was the presiding judge of the Pima County Juvenile Court in 2004, was the one that initiated the JDAI work in Pima County. He reached out to the Annie Casey Foundation and they came in along with the W. Hayward Burns Institute and began to help us with the work that then was sustained from 2004 to today. The JDAI is hard work. It takes the community, it takes law enforcement, it takes schools, it takes community members, it takes the court, it takes public defenders, it takes county attorneys, it takes everyone to come to the table, to look at alternatives in the community, to look at how we're addressing our children and if there's a better way to do it. And I think we need to continue to look at this. I don't think we should ever be satisfied with the goals that we've reached. I think we should be proud of the goals that we reached, but we should continue to expand and to reach.
We're of the mindset back in the early 2000s that detention was the place where children would go when they didn't follow the rules. Now we have a completely different attitude on what should happen with children. We're looking at strengths, we're looking at more positive outcomes. So we get children that are in the prime of their development. Some of the things that children come to juvenile court for are normal adolescent behaviors that we've criminalized.
JDAI is not a program, it's a philosophy shift. It's the way that you do business, looking at things with data and making sure that that data outcome reflects what you're doing with your population. In the past, if a law enforcement officer would have referred them to juvenile court, they likely would have been detained. Even if it was a low-end offense, even if it was a felony offense that was pretty egregious, those kids would have all been detained, and now all those kids aren't detained. It's only the high-end offenses that are detained, and the low-end ones we're allowing those kids to return home and be in their communities, be with their families, and work on the services within their own home environment.
Our detention facility has improved immensely. We have gardens back there, we have libraries, we have yoga, we have classes for parents, and I think the experience overall is improved for those children that are required to be detained.